Hi, Ellen. Congratulations on being part of this God Will Do the Rest play.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What inspired you to be part of this play?
Well, actually, I was part of the original writers. It's called the Writers' Room at the Geffen Playhouse. Nicholas was a part of it in, I would say, it was the end of 2022, but because of COVID, we ended up having to push the reading into February, I think, of 23. So, yeah, I was asked to do it. I originated the part of Connie and then subsequently did the next reading, which was at Artists at Play. And then they did one more informal reading that I wasn't able to be a part of. And then, but they had asked me to play Connie. So yeah.
Can you tell us more about Connie, the character, and how much do you relate to her?
Oh, well, Connie is a Filipina American. Um, she's a little younger than me. Um, she has a son. She's a single mom. And she's returning back to her family after being gone for a very long time. And uh finding her way, and going through a transition um and and maybe no, I wouldn't say empty nest because her son's kind of been away for a while. But she's a young mother. She had him at a young age. And um yeah, there are many ways I relate to her. And many ways I don't. I don't have any children, and but I think the relationship between Connie and her mom I relate to in many ways. Um, yeah, I mean, I think there's always something you can find relatable to any character that you play, or that you make a source for you in your emotions as you play it. So, and it's a Filipino family. My dad's white, but I very much relate to so much of it. And being around a Filipino family and all of it. I just hung out with my parents yesterday, and my mom literally was like saying things that we say in the play. And so it was just really funny.
Yeah. Is
So
your
yeah.
mother from what province in the
My
Philippines?
mom's from Leyte. Yeah, she's from a place called Alang-Alang. So yeah, she speaks Waray. Yeah.
Mhm. And you visited her province already?
I've never visited where she lives. I've been to Cebu and Manila, but I've never been to her actual hometown. I would love to. I was back there in 2014 doing a play with Becca Godinez that we did here in LA with John Lawrence Rivera, who also directed it, called Flipzoids. So that was the last time I was there. And then before that, I hadn't been there since I was 8. So yeah.
So, God will do the rest in Tagalog means bahala na ang Diyos. What do you
Mm.
think of this attitude? Is it a sign of strong faith or is it a fatalistic one? And why do you think it's so connected to Filipinos?
It's funny. I have a Babayan script,
Ah,
Bahala na. Um, yeah, I think it's a couple different things. I mean, I think depending on what character, like if I was my character, what would I ask it? Like maybe the fatalistic, but also there's a part of her that's very like wanting hope and believing in something more. And that I think she straddles maybe a little bit of both. um that God will take care, but also how do I take care, you know so yeah.
you have done a lot of TV shows. Why is it going back to theater so special?
Oh God, I just love theater. I mean, I really think like if I could make a living doing theater, I would just, I'm a theater kid. I have a theater, a bachelor's in theater. I just grew up being a theater kid, and And I love television. It's just different. And I think it's also different depending on what kind of show you're on, what kind of part you're in the show. Are you a series regular? Are you recurring? Etc. So I think that's also different. But to answer your question, I love theater. There's nothing like it. The process is um is just fun, and you get to go, it's longer, with television it's like you audition, if you get the part, you go, you do what you did in your audition, and then if you're lucky to be a recurring or series regular, then that's great. But it's very quick and there's not a lot of time for process necessarily. And it's like going to camp too, like doing theater. It's like, and I get to play usually with a lot of friends, which is so fun and amazing.
Mhm.
And in this case, you know, my fellow, Kababayan. So it's
And
it's
how is it
very
working with Fran, who is also an actress? What does she bring to the
oh,
table as a director?
so much. I mean, I think some of our best directors are also, actors or have been actors. I think it's a real gift when you can be, I would call Fran an actor's director. Um, uh, she very much understands the process of being an actor. And so, this is the first time I think I've worked with Fran as a director because um, Fran has played my mom. She's only like a year older than me. She's played my mom. She actually played my mom in the original reading of this. Um, and so I really know her as an actor and also as, my sister. I mean, but I call her Nanai, which is funny too, because, again, she's played my mom a couple times. So even though she's only a year older than me, I'm always like, she feels, more like, well, probably more like an ate, but, yeah, she's great. She's wonderful and, supportive and uh, has just, you need to trust her directions and just go with it, and you end up really finding a lot of really a lot of insight and yeah, into your performance.
Mhm. So what about Nicholas Pilapil's play moved you so much?
There's a play called August Osage County,
Mm.
which Tracy Letts wrote about, this white family um and generations, and our play isn't like that, but um I think of this kind of as like the Filipino American version in some ways of it. It's such, it's a story about generations. It's a story about family. It's a story about Filipinos, Filipino Americans. And it's a story that is relatable no matter who you are, where you're from, what background you come from, how you were, anything you can relate. If you are a mother, a daughter, a son, a nephew, a grandson, anything, like anything, if you are a person, you can relate to this play. And it's it's um it's a lot about just those inner workings of a family and secrets and all of those things that, make up what families are, what families can be. But yeah, I've loved it since the beginning.
Mhm. And since most of you are Filipinos or of Filipino descent, so how are you bonding off camera in breaks?
Oh God, Jason and I, have known each other we went to college together. So Jason and I have known each other forever. And so we hang out all the time. And so he and I and Rena Beth went out and went to Fork and Spoon the other day and hung out, and we celebrated Jason's birthday the other night last week. And I mean, we definitely, we love to have snacks and bring food, and it's just yeah, we just, we're very close because I think a lot of us know each other, but also we just we know, even those of us who didn't know each other, we have a lot of friends in common. And we just have a lot in common in general, especially culturally. So, yeah.
What college did you go to, the two of you?
Jason and I went to Cal State Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Filmmaking or theater
No,
act.
theater. We're both bachelors of arts in theater performance. Yeah, he came in a few years after me. He's younger than me. So, but we've known each other, I think, God, I would say close to 30 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maybe 25. Yeah, he's been like a brother to me. He is my brother. I mean, we've played twins on television. We've played brother and sister in other plays. This play, we're not playing brother and sister. I'll leave. You need to come see the show to see how we're related in the show. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if you had a dream role on theater for theater, what would it be?
Oh gosh, what a good question that I don't even know I can answer. I mean, I think that it would definitely be something funny. But I also think it would be something heartwarming. Um, I would love to do an ensemble piece. Um, yeah, I'm not like, I don't know how to be too specific about that, but it's funny because that kind of all describes God will do the rest. It's really, really an ensemble piece in many ways, and I get to be funny, and I get to also have some poignant moments. Um, so yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it.
And
If
what
you were asked, if you were to ask television, I would say an improv workplace comedy. That's my dream. Something where I don't really have to memorize lines and I can just have fun, and another I would be love to be in an ensemble kind of situation too.
uh-huh. And what's up for you next after the play?
After the play, well, I'm splitting my time between here and Portland, but I will be going a week, 2 weeks after the show closes. I go to Ashland, Oregon, to do their new place festival. I've been there the past couple years, been invited back to go the past couple years. So I'll be doing a play reading. I can't remember what the play is called, but a play reading of a play. And then after that, I'll be shooting a short film with a couple friends. Well, a friend who I worked with last year when I did last summer at Bluefish Cove at the fountain. She was the director. Yeah, so I've got a couple things coming up, but I'm very much looking forward to fall. And no, and I don't love the heat, and I'm looking forward to some colder months, especially in Portland. And yeah, so yeah.
Well, congratulations, and we're
Thank you so
forward to
much.
seeing the show.
Yay, we can't wait to see you.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see you and Ruben. It's
yeah,
been too long.
we know.
No, I remember after doing Ruby, I came out and it was like you and Ruben and whoever else you came with, and you were like, galing, galing. And I was like, at the time I was like, I don't know what that means. I like
Ah, now you
grabe
know.
ang grabe ang Tagalog ko. So I'm like the Tagalog's terrible. So I was like, and then I was like, oh, it means good, like it's good.
Well,
So, but
good. But now you know.
I always think of you whenever I hear galing, galing.
Galing, galing.
Yeah, galing, galing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again, Janet. It's so good to see you. I can't wait to see you at the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.